Good evening, guys. Hope you guys have had a great weekend. Josh Glover again, college student, day trader, trying to be successful. Sunday night, went through the whole day today without really filming. Went to church this morning. Was a great church service, and then I was just getting a whole bunch of editing done from the previous day. Kind of just getting some planning done for this upcoming week. And what I wanted to do today, because most of today was really just me on my computer, what I wanted to do today was kind of show you guys how I review, how I reflect on my previous actions in the week in the markets, and then prepare for the upcoming week, technically and psychologically, logistically as well, as far as, like planning out my night, what I want to do that night, just to prepare my mind for the week as far as trading goes. And this is going to be a bit of a shorter video, but I think it's going to be a lot of value, a lot of dense value regarding okay, what do I actually do when it comes to my preparation for the charts? What do I actually do to prepare my mind to have a good, successful week where I am making good decisions on the trades that I take, the trades that I decide to not get in. And yeah, so that's what we're about to get into. I'll see you guys on screen. One sec. Starting off on Sunday, because today is Sunday, what I just started doing is just dating it, putting the day Sunday, January, and then nothing for a P&L because, no trades taken. It's a Sunday. So starting off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Monday, see if I took any trades. There was nothing that I took on Monday trades-wise, so I only linked the page if I did take a trade that day, and I did on Tuesday. So what I'm going to do is I just do, just one trade. So one trade was taken on the 14th. So I just link the trade there. And what I do is I go to the actual trade, look and see what happened this day, and see if there's anything that I can take away from it to bring me into the next week. So it helps me, this kind of process helps me think about the immediate issues or the immediate points of improvement that I need to emphasize in my trading, so I can somewhat run over my weak points, want to run over my weak areas and just layer those to make them stronger. Looking at Tuesday now, we were trying to see, I followed the trend. There really wasn't anything for me to do, I believe, with this position here. I do see that, price came very close to TP, ended up coming back all the way to the stop loss, which is at break even at this point, and ended up getting stopped out on it. As you can see, my position got stopped out here. So didn't make anything on the trade. It is what it is. I'm not mad at it. In this situation, there really isn't much that I can do. All I can really do is just leave the trade running. Once it reaches that 1-to-1, put the stops at break even or a little bit in profit just to secure and make sure there's no actual loss on the trade, and then just let the trade run. But then what's kind of ironic is after this, prices kept falling to the downside. So if I had kept my stops in the negative, then it would have end up being a winning trade. But that's not how I want to win. I don't want too much fluctuation between my emotions when it comes to a winning or losing trade, or even a trade being break even. So that's Tuesday. It was a good day. I'll say, if anything, it was a great trading day just because I followed my rules. So good trade in your favor. And it's totally fine that sometimes the possibility won't play out in your favor, or the outcome won't play out in your favor. I just think that in moments on that day, it really is important for me to just pay attention to, okay, what am I following my system? Am I doing what I'm supposed to do on the charts? Am I paying attention to everything that I'm supposed to be paying attention to? And am I focused? And if I'm doing all of those things, whatever's supposed to happen is going to happen. Let's see. I don't believe I took anything on the 15th. Yeah, so it was a CPI day. There was nothing for me to really take on the 15th that followed my system. We actually broke to the upside on the 4-hour and 1-hour time frames, to where I would only be able to take a continuation at that point, and no continuation model was presented. So nothing for me to take on Wednesday. On Thursday, another break-even trade. Very Very interesting. I had switched up my chart out layout on TradingView, so that's why you guys see the difference. But let's go back here. 1625. I might actually start linking the trades to the actual day that it's on in the journal. So we'll see. I'm probably going to start doing that next week. Copy link on here. So then we can actually go in and see what happened this day. So this trade, I do remember this trade. I entered off of my personal and my demo account at the same time. So I track my trades on my demo account just to sometimes somewhat take the emotion out of it. But I enter on my personal at the same time. So when I entered these trades, I entered on my demo account. Then I flipped to my personal account and entered. And I target at 1 to 2 risk reward. If you guys don't know why, you guys can probably just look at my other videos here and there just to see, because I explained it many times. But basically, it's for me to just mitigate greed and also just keep trading extremely simple, not get too high or too low on the possibility of a large increase in profit, to the point where it blinds me from seeing what's in front of me. So with this trade, I ended up taking it. I'm trading off of Trade Locker with my offshore broker on my personal account, and then on my demo account, I'm just doing like a paper trading account with TradingView. And so I target the 1 to 2. The ticks are actually a bit off. So it's about like 2 ticks off, to the point where we're on Tradeovate, the trade hits TP. Trade hits TP, nice and clean. But then on my personal account, it doesn't hit TP. The TP's up a little bit above here because the entry got slipped a bit on my personal account, because you are going to get slipped a bit here and there on your personal account, compared to a demo account. So the trade ends up going all the way to my TP on my Tradeovate account, or my paper trading account. And then I'm looking at my personal account and it's not showing the same thing. It's showing that the trade is still running. So I'm like, okay, just let it run. It's gonna reach that point. It's extremely close. It's gonna wick it. It's probably gonna come and actually take this high. So we'll see what happens. Price does not do that. Price comes all the way back down to break even, which is this red line for me that I have illustrated. This red line, and takes me out of the trade. Now, at that point, I was extremely tempted, or I was very tempted to get upset, be angry, blame the market for the outcome of this trade, or for the outcome of the fact that my TP didn't get hit on my personal account. Made no money on the trade. And so I was very tempted to do that. But what I instead thought was, okay, it's my fault. If anything, what I should be doing is I should close the trade once it reaches TP on either of my accounts, because I've reached that 1 to 2 on either of my accounts. So that's my fault. It's something that it's not a mistake I'm gonna make again in the future, because just because price gets so close to TP all the way up here doesn't mean it's going to reach it, and there's nothing that you can do about it if price wants to turn around. So that's like the one thing I'm taking from this day. Like, exit the trade on all platforms once it reaches the TP. Don't be sitting there trying to squeeze out more just because you want a little bit more. So that's my lesson for the 16th. So take profit on all accounts. And so as long as, like, now that's in my rules for myself. Like, in my situational rules for myself. If I'm in another situation like that, then that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take profit on all accounts associated with the setup. And that's going to just save me from the anxiety of that happening again, or the possibility of that happening again. So, yeah, that's the 16th, and I believe that was the Thursday. And then Friday. The reason I don't have any P&L here is because I took a loss, but then I ended up being up right now on a trade. The trade is still running. I don't know if it's in profit right now, but it's definitely still running. What I'm going to do is let me link this. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at these trades. This first trade, I know why I lost. I'm pretty sure I have a hypothesis as to why I lost. So my idea as to why I lost the trade, it was this trade here based off of this divergence, and then these divergences between ES and NQ. The only thing is there is no bearish imbalance for me to see get broken on the 5-minute time frame. to go to the upside for my type C entry, which is what this divergence feeds into. So what did I end up doing? I went to the 1 minute time frame and entered off of a break of a divergence right around here, and it's targeting a 1 to 2. Price doesn't even really give me much much chance to even get excited. Price goes damn near straight to stop loss. And I think that is because I'm entering off of a time frame that the divergence is not based off of. So once I do that, then I'm just kind of just screwing myself over, because then that lowers the probability or the strength of the divergence, because there is no imbalance for it to break. And if there was, then it would probably be a stronger move, which is actually what's funny, because that happened for the next trade. So let me show you guys that. And so this, like, after I took that trade and took a loss, I just kept a neutral mind, stayed open to the possibilities of the market for the day. And then I ended up seeing a cleaner type C setup where we have another divergence between price with ES and NQ, with NQ's low being taken and ES is not. This divergence here, this divergence here. And then a bearish imbalance to see get broken to then go long. And so I take the entry, very nice entry. Price, reached the 1-to-1 level here, so move stops at break even. I believe that I might have gotten stopped at break even now, but we'll see in a second. Very clean trade. I think this is how you do it. Whenever you take a loss, you keep an open mind and you see what's possible, and you don't sell yourself short by trying to, I would say, force a trade, or even just discount the whole market for the day, or disregard the market for the day just because you might be upset. So what I would say, going back to my review, I would say, first of all, enter type C setups. That's my biggest thing. That's probably what I took away from Friday's activity. Very simple message, but it will save me the pain of having to do this later, having to have that same feeling later, to where, I'm just kind of making the same mistakes over and over again, and that's not something I want to do. Those are the only trades that I've taken so far that I took this past week. Let me go ahead and I can say that I followed my system, right? And once I do that, that's really it as far as my review for the week. I do like doing this just because it kind of, like I said, it shows me what I need to focus on for the upcoming week and so on for my trading career. Build better habits by fixing the bad ones that I see on a week-to-week basis. Alrighty, let's get into the breakdown for this upcoming week, this weekly outlook as far as looking at NQ. Starting off on the weekly time frame, how price is flowing. We're somewhat consolidating because, as you can see, price came up. We created a range here with this indecision candle that price has now just been operating in for the past few weeks. So, we do have the new president being inaugurated tomorrow. That might shake some things up for the upcoming year, the upcoming term. Who knows? I'm really just trying to keep an open mind. Hopefully we can break out of this range though. So as of right now, the low that we're looking at is here. So like the way that this is looking on the higher time frames is that like we're wedging somewhat, like we have like somewhat of like a wedge to see if we can break out of it. So we might get another push down before we get any type of breakout to go to the upside. We'll see what happens. Tomorrow could just be crazy though. We'll see. That's really it for like the weekly. Going on to like the daily, we'll probably be able to see more external, like an real external high, probably this one, or this one, that we can identify. But weekly, that's not likely to get touched though this upcoming week, so not too worried about it as of right now. And then like immediate highs, like highs that I would like to see get taken. Major highs on the daily time frame. Let me move this. Yep, move it here. On the daily time frame. Daily. Just put EXT there. If anything, I should change the color of each of these. Let me do that real quick, guys. And the reason that I'm doing this here on the daily is just to kind of just put ranges within ranges. See, like look at price as ranges within ranges and see how we can operate within each range. So yeah, that's why I do it this way. I like doing it this way because it kind of compartmentalizes things in my head. So I'm not just looking at a whole bunch of candles. I'm looking at, okay, where are we as far as like the closest high or low to be taken, and where are we likely to head after that? So as you can see, we're somewhat wedging down. We don't really have like a clean breaker structure to the downside yet to just like really flow, but that may come. Let's actually just look at the trend here. Yeah, it's looking like we're actually breaking out now, so we may get a pullback into it. That does look pretty good, I'm not gonna lie. We may be breaking out now. So let me go down to so on the daily, that's really it. I'm not really seeing any imbalances that I need to be wary of. I see this one here that price reacted off of. This could be another area of interest in the future. Just looking at that right now. Let me go back to the daily, see if there's anything else. There really isn't anything else that I'm looking at. I mean, even down here, I mean, we would have to break this low before going any deeper. So we have broken back to the upside on the 4-hour time frame, which is lovely. Honestly, I really like this. I'm not gonna lie. So on the 4-hour, we have broken structure to the upside, multiple times. Once here, we haven't really broken structure yet to the upside, but but it looks like we just might have to see this imbalance get filled. So we may want to see price may want to come back into it, create some internal structure, and then continue its way up. So that might be what we're looking to see cook up. Let me go down to the 1-hour. Yeah, as of right now, like I'm very much open to longs to start, the week off on Tuesday because we aren't trading Monday tomorrow with it being MLK Day and Inauguration Day for the president. But yeah, so we may be getting something like this on NQ for this upcoming week. Just a bit of a dip tomorrow to maybe even things out, bring us to fill this, and then continue up higher. So that's really all I'm looking at right now. Targeting this area just to see how price is going to react within here. We do have this imbalance that price is somewhat struggling to operate within, but it's a very large imbalance. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Let's see though. I'm trying to think and see if there's anything that I'm possibly missing. We do have this low that has yet to be taken. So price may just want to come and just steal this, grab up some, and then take off. That could happen. It is a possibility. As of right now, I don't think there's any divergences to be wary of on ES. Because, I mean, mind you, we're not trading tomorrow. So there really isn't anything for us to look at. We'd have to come back tomorrow and see, okay, what is it looking like? And I'm probably just going to get back on here tomorrow and show you guys before I go to sleep and stuff like that. Right now, we're not looking at any divergences on the 1-hour time frame. Let's go to the 4-hour. Okay, so interesting. Okay, so 4-hour. Here, because everything's pretty much lining up as of right now. We don't have any divergences to be wary of. So yeah, price is pretty lined up. That's really all I do for the to prepare for the upcoming week. I'm not too keen on getting in a trade tomorrow because it is a bank holiday, I believe. Let's actually check that. Yeah, bank holiday. So there really is no reason to trade at all. I'm not gonna force it. Don't want to do that. So yeah, guys, that's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. As far as like the breakdown for this upcoming week, I like the fact that we're trending up. We do have price, this now, not really the cleanest trend line like how this one was on the higher time frames, but I do like the fact that we're breaking out. We may just be getting this one last pullback before continuing higher. We can also track it with a fib. So let me just do that real quick. We don't need to look at ES right now. Yeah, so perfect, right at the 38.2. We could see price come back down into here and then continue its way up. That would be lovely. And then as you can see, we have negative 27% at equilibrium of this imbalance. So it is lining up technically. It's just that we have to line up fundamentally as well. We have to line up within time and price. So it's not just one aspect of trading that has to make sense. It's multiple. Multiple things have to line up in order for it to be beneficial for you to take. Just finished up on the screen, preparing for this upcoming week trading wise. Now, what I'd like to do also on Sundays is a bit of just reflection on the previous week as far as like my overall life. Because yes, this is a trading channel, but I do want to improve not only trading wise, financially, spiritually, relationally, emotionally, in a disciplinary way. In a way where it's a holistic, self-improvement on a weekly basis, and that's something that I'm trying to focus on. So, one thing that I noticed this previous week for me, recording these videos, me being somewhat consistent and me doing this, I've realized how I need to be a bit more prudent with my time to make sure that I can fit everything I need to in my day. I need to be a bit more strict with my time so that I can get the things I say that I want to get done, so that I can get to where I want to be. I think that a lot of us, especially I didn't notice this before I started recording. I've been already described as a pretty disciplined person, but once I started recording, I really started to notice how much time I really have on my hands and how much time I am wasting, actually. Sometimes it's not in a malevolent way. Sometimes it's not in a bad way. It'll just be in a way of, let's say I see friends on campus that I haven't talked to in a while, or the opportunity comes up to be able to go here or do this or go there, do that, and see these people and those people. And nothing's wrong with that. But whenever you say that you want something for yourself, you have to sacrifice to be willing to get that. Otherwise, they're just going to be desires. And I think that me doing this is holding me accountable to, okay, think about what do I actually want for myself? Do I want the things that I say that I want? Or am I just going to sit here and just talk about it? And I think that overall, I don't want to be a person that just gets on here and just talks to you guys and doesn't put any action behind my words or doesn't do the things that I say I'm going to do. A few days ago, I said that I was going to be telling you guys every single day what I'm going to be doing, what I need to get done that day, and be like on it, and be on in the sense of like keeping you guys updated on my to-do list, on what's getting checked off, what's getting finished, and what's getting done. But that hasn't happened. It's happened for really maybe one day. Maybe I need to take that back. For me, it's not about being perfect. It's about just doing the things that I say that I'm going to do. And not being so quick to just say that I'm going to do this, that, or try this or that. And I'm not really actually putting my whole effort towards it, or all my effort towards it. So that's what I'm focusing going on to this week. Being a little bit more diligent with my time, planning out my week ahead, which is what I'm about to do now, and sticking to it, trying to stick to it for a week. I think that sometimes I also tell myself, oh, like, today's your last day of doing whatever you want, and you're locking in for the rest of your life starting tomorrow. Like, no. Yes, there are seasons, and there's you always want to be locked in, but at the same time, it's not going to be like that forever. You're going to have seasons of highs and lows. You're going to have highs and lows, hills and valleys, peaks and valleys, and you're not always going to be on 100%. But I do think that my baseline can be a bit better than what it is right now. So I'm just trying to improve in that aspect. I'm trying to be a bit better in that aspect. As far as trading this week, just want to follow my system. Just want to do what I'm supposed to do on the charts, and let it be whatever it's supposed to be. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Quick video today, like I said. We'll be back at it tomorrow to start the week off right. We aren't trading tomorrow because it is MLK Day, then also the President's inauguration. It is a bank holiday. I showed you guys on that on the screen earlier. So we won't be taking any trades tomorrow. So tomorrow will be a bit like Saturday was, or a bit like Friday. Well, on Friday I took a trade. But it'll be a bit like Saturday was, where, just focusing on the outside daily habits, things outside of trading to be able to build myself up. Thank you to everybody that has subscribed. We reached 20 subscribers this week. I know, it's not really a large number, but to me, that's a lot. I never even thought I would pick up a YouTube camera, so thank you guys. Everybody that's watched the videos, interacted, even taking the time to just look at some of the reels that are connected to the videos that I make. So I appreciate you guys. Hopefully you guys are getting value from this. Please let me know in the comments down below if there's anything else that you guys would like to see from my life, or any more commentary from me on my thoughts on things that I may be dealing with. And yeah, looking forward to the journey together, to all of us, becoming the, better versions of ourselves, better consistent versions of ourselves, better baseline versions of ourselves. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Everybody have a good night. It's a good week to be a great week. See you guys tomorrow.